close my eyes at night, I am one of them. And the Creator, she is the water. Over lifetimes, she runs over me until I am polished and smooth. And who knew that sometimes grace can come from standing in the raging river until everything you think you own is ripped away from you and replaced with a weightlessness so profound that you can't not cry. In the language of the stones, there is no word for mistake, only the complete understanding of what it means to be a beloved son or daughter. We are the rocks, and Creator, she is the water.
The Native American believed that we were given the responsibility to protect Mother Earth.
This Missouri River affects so many people. So many people.
This is important. This is important for the next generation, the generations to come.
They were going to go across north of Bismarck, and the city council said, no, it's going to affect our water system if it breaks. So they moved it down closer to this treaty land. And that is why the Lakota and everybody that's here that's protecting this water, they don't want it to go across the river, because if it, like I said, if it pipeline ever breaks, that's it for drinking water. Now, we call it the Mini Wichoni, the water of life. And we believe that all things in life, we say Mitakuye Wasi, meaning all my relations. Everything that from the water to the blade of grass to the trees to the animals to the human being, we're all related in some way. The biggest challenge is that there are a lot of people that don't know exactly what's going on. The fracking, all the poisons and stuff that will be coming out of the ground will affect not only the Native American tribes, but everybody, everything. They'll be affecting the fish, the water life, they'll be affecting the animals, they'll be affecting our way of life as far as the crops and that all use water, and the people that drink it, all along the Missouri River, clear down to the Mississippi.
I will not apologize for protecting the earth. It's vital. That's our lifeline. That water is worth more than any dollar they can create.
They're looking at us as we were radical people. People called us protesters, but actually we're protectors of the water.
To protect the water, we stand. To protect the water, we stand. To protect
There's a lot of lies out there about us. It's not true. We're peaceful. We're not attacking anybody. We're not going after farmers or ranchers. They drive by here every day. We see them every morning. They wave at us. They know that we're trying to protect the water that they use for their crops.
It's a peaceful demonstration where there's a lot of prayer. We pray all the time to the Creator to save this water.
Well, right now we are standing on the Sacred Ground camp. This camp was established September 3rd, the same day that we were attacked by dogs and mace. We came back that same night. We've been here ever since. We are actually directly in the pipeline's path.
They came in formation and nothing was the same. Pumping blood from Mother Nature's veins. A bad dream, gasoline machine won't bleed her black blood dry. She was picked like a flower, so he could call her mine. Didn't you pick the flower and let it die? Now there's nowhere to run and nowhere to. Why did you pick the flower and let it die? Now there's nowhere to run and nowhere. He picked a flower just to let it die.
We're here protecting the sacred grounds. These are them. There's stones back there with markings on it that have been sitting for over 1,000 years. And I've seen it for myself. Some of those stones crumbled and broke underneath the weight of their machinery. It's a travesty. And just like if you were to go to a temple and find temple guardians at the gate, this land is our temple. We're the guardians.
Those who are in higher political offices are not listening to both sides of a story.
We pray that they learn the errors of their ways and learn that there's more to being rich than just money. We told them that this sacred ground is a crime scene and they need to treat it as such. They ran over our burials. You know, if I went to a Catholic church and ran over their burials, I'd be in jail. But because this is DAPL, as a matter of fact, the sheriffs are on their side.
There's a part of America that they need to become in touch with, and that's the human element, the human aspect of it, the humanity.
We're approaching this fight differently this time. We're doing it in a peaceful way, and we're battling with prayer. And apparently now prayer is a riot.
I hope that it doesn't come down to anything bad, but they are going to protect this water.
We have something so beautiful and something so good to offer the world. And that's exactly why the dark has tried to destroy us this whole time.
A lot of America doesn't realize that, you know, the historical trauma that, you know, Native people live with on a day-to-day basis. When you look at the history of this country, in the past 500 years, over 80 million American Indians have died so that, you know, people can live in this country. And, you know, that's America's genocide. Nobody ever talks about America's genocide. And it's a lot complicated for non-Indian people to understand those dynamics because they don't even know the people themselves. They don't know American Indian people. They don't know the original people.
We call ourselves indigenous people in this world. A lot of people call us a lot of things, and people call us Sioux, but we call ourselves Lakota. And our identity, because of the government and the churches, they brainwashed and beaten our ancestors to believe in the Christianity, and they also punished them for who they are as a Lakota person. And they told them that there's a better way of life through the church, the Christian church. To cut your hair and throw away your regalia, so to speak, your clothing, and wear white man's clothes, have short hair, and speak English. There are 10 languages that are dying today, and sorry to say, but the Lakota language is dying. Our own people, our own youth, are not taking this seriously. They're not learning like the language like they should. We're teaching it, but they don't want to use it. English has taken over. So we're losing our language, our culture, and then our identity.
And people are actually feeling, you know, they're finding themselves in the unity, and that's one of the things that's really, you know, it's enlightening. The fact that, you know, that people are beginning to identify, you know, be self-identified rather than letting somebody else identify themselves. They're identifying themselves.
There are people here from every part of the world. There are people here every part of in the United States who, not just Native American, but all walks of life. They're here to stand up for this water.
The support from all over the world, and even the support from the people that come here. You know, when they come here and they give us their prayers and their songs, there's no words to describe how that makes us feel. It's hard out here. And when people come here and they give us these prayers, that's our strength. That's where we draw our strength from.
And we need to get more people involved and more people to educate them why this is going on. It's not just a fight between the oil company and the Native Americans.
We can't give up. We've traveled too many centuries to give up. We've traveled too many oceans to give up. We've traveled many mountains to come here.
This pipeline must be stopped. I'm here now in North Dakota. It's about 90% complete. We can't give up.
There's all kinds of oil leaks all over this country. And it's already doing a damage to this earth. And if this continues to happen, what's next? What's going to happen to our people? What's going to happen to life in general, the ecosystem? It's all going to be out of, balance.
What's going to be vitally important for the days to come is that we become involved and that we are a part of that process, because after all, this is our land.
I encourage those that don't understand why we're standing for this water. One day, are you willing to drink oil? Are you willing to stand up for what you believe in? Or are you going to allow someone to just go ahead and drill across this river that we depend on for our life?
You can tell your children, great-grandchildren, great-great-grandchildren, when they ask you, what did you do when that black snake was ready to bite and eat us? And you can say with great pride in your heart that you stood up. You stood up when it counted. And your son, your grandson, who hears that, maybe when you get home, they'll say, Grandpa, I want to go. I want to go to standing up.